So I chase the bucks, your friends looking like you changing up. Remember back when I would chase the bus, niggas is racing for short durations, running from their sins. When I was just a kid, running from my pen, people is talking, I Tony Hawk them, I swear to ground.
What's going on, everyone? This is your boy AshTheMan, and welcome to the video. So in this video, we are going to be talking about the premiere episode of Yashahime Princess Half Demon. Now, before I go ahead and get started, for anybody who's new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button, and all of my return viewers, thank you so much for tuning in to another review for me. And don't forget, leave a comment at the end of the video, and tell me what you guys think about the review. I definitely appreciate it. So, man, I have been waiting on this. Now, one of the things about AshTheMan, of course myself, is that I'm a huge Inuyasha fan. I have watched the series, time and time again. Of course, when it first premiered on Toonami, and then when the final act was finally announced years later, and we got the conclusion to the series, man, it is so beautiful, so beautiful. Now, so the first episode is called Inuyasha Since Then. Now, we get a chance to see Toei pretty much being captive about some type of like manor lord, and basically they are trying to investigate her and seeing about the land that she came from. Now they did, it's sort of like what happened after like months went by after the final act ended. Now, of course, Kagome chose to live in the Fatal Era with Inuyasha, and that pretty much was the end of the tale. Now, if you follow the manga, they went on one last monster mission, and Kagome proved herself to be a pretty good priest. She's still in training, but she still is a pretty good priestess. Now, in this instance, as they talk about this episode, we get a chance to dive into this incident that's going on with this root monster that Kikyo was supposed to have sealed, but the seal was broken. Now, this root monster, the way that it operates is that it gets its nourishment by consuming humans, and it collects the heads. Now, Moroku and Inuyasha was not able to really conceal it within the village, because each time that they had damaged it, a piece of it will barrel on the ground, and I guess it returns to the actual head itself, kind of like retaining information, I believe. That's what I think is going on when it does that. But however, later in the episode, you get to see that it's trying to, recover the Seekan Jewel. Now, if you're familiar with the final act, and again, I'm not going to get no spoilers warning because this has been out for years now. If you have not seen the final act, oh well. In the final act, the Seekan Jewel turned out to be not what everybody thought it was. So the Seekan Jewel was destroyed. So this monster doesn't know that Kikyo is no longer on the earth, sadly. We got Kagome. So the things just pretty much start attacking everywhere. We got to see Shishomaru trying to protect the house where the kids is at. We see that Moroku and Inuyasha is laying waste. Moroku doesn't have his wind tunnel anymore, because since Naraku is dead, that lift the curse up, so he doesn't have a wind tunnel, which kind of nerfs Moroku. So he knows that. He even says it himself. Now, in this instant, we got a chance to see Sango make a appearance back to the battlefield. So you already know the band is back together on the field. Now, it was able to overcome the main head. It was able to, it seemed like they defeated it. But at the end of the episode, unfortunately, it still bears weight down and seemed like it's going to the sacred tree. Now, we did get a chance to see Sasuna and Moroha pretty much came into Toei's aid. And the same owl that you see in the beginning of the episode was the old guy that was pretty much, they try to defend off. Now, maybe that has a lot to do with it with the root monster, because it may seem like it's not dead. But however, that's where the episode ended off, them freeing her. She taking the book and the pedal back, and that's that. Now, first episode impression, it was good for the most part. It wasn't like a huge impactful, because we just gotta like rehash of like the same character. So if you're familiar with the series, it was just nostalgia that you got to see Inuyasha, Kagome, Shishomaru, Moroku, Sango, her brother. We got to see Shippo, Kaede. It was just a really familiar episode, and I guess it just kind of want to bring people into like like knowing that these the characters that's kind of like filling this sequel. But I still wanted to see more of it. The only thing that we do know is that for what has already been provided for us for info with these new characters, like for instance, Sesuna and Toei is twins. We don't know, they haven't really clarified who the mother is. I did a video on this a while back that predicted that Ren is probably the mother. But it could be somebody else, because at the time, Ren was not at age to been with Shishomaru, and the ages does come into a conflict of what exactly who the mother is. So that could be something thrown in the air. Now, if you do know what they did provide for us is that Toei spent her year, like most of her years, in the Tokyo era due to the fact that there was a forest fire that separated the twins. They really don't have any memories to really go on exactly how the fire to the forest started. But however, it definitely was a big one to being able to separate the two. Now, of course, she made her way back due to some phenomenon, but that we don't know what exactly is going on. But however, hopefully they can dive more into this incident to kind of like get things jump started on these new characters, because Inuyasha's and Kagome daughter Morha definitely takes from both of them. If you ever see Inuyasha with black hair, it would definitely make a little bit more resemblance from both of them. But you definitely see her sword. Her sword is definitely interesting. It like have like a dragon with a sword diving into it. So man, that's definitely interesting to see what kind of her powers that she do have. I do know that she does carry around a bow, so she probably take a little bit of a priestess training from her mother, and also has the warrior side from Inuyasha. Now the twins, I got a little bit more to figure out more about them. But of course, I'm pretty sure they're going to take out the Shishomaru in some way. It seems like Sesuna has that cold demeanor for Shomaru. And Toei's presence really confuses you on who the mother is. I'm just going to go with Ren. I'm sticking with my guns. Shishomaru has R. Kelly moment. So we're just going to go with that. But overall, first premiere of the episode, it wasn't bad. It was decent. Still wanted to be more impactful with more of the characters, but it's still for anybody who again is familiar with the old series. I think this is more nostalgic to kind of like really see these characters, doing good, being able to still slay demons and everything. So it's kind of like I loved it, but at the same time I wish I could have seen more characters. So it's kind of like a very confused feeling, but I think the premiere is definitely a good premiere, and hopefully we got to see this story really go strong. I really want to see this story go strong with them and seeing what's going on. The only other thing that does raise a bit of a thing, because in like the cover photo that they have on VRV and Crunchyroll, you see everybody except Kagome in this picture. So, and Inuyasha got his back turned. So it raises questions like, did something happen to Kagome? Is she off training? I mean, they really just haven't really focused on her. So I need to know this. But other than that, this is where I'm going to end off the review. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the support for the video. Don't forget to leave a comment what you guys thought about the first episode to Yashahime Princess Half Demon. And just let me know what exactly is going on. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.